Hello, Abnormal Investigations. How's everybody doing? Well, on today's cryptid visit, we are going to visit New Mexico, and we're going to look at some of their cryptids. What I'm thinking about doing is after we visit all these states and we look into their cryptids and everything, is to try to find some people that's actually encountered these and have encounters by state. So we'll be looking at what's in each state, and then we will go back after we do that, and then we will do the encounters that people's had in each state. I think that'll be pretty interesting. New Mexico, guys, is a pretty interesting state. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump into their this is not all of their cryptids. It's just going to be the most encountered or most reported cryptids in each state. So pretty interesting. The chupacabra was New Mexico's blood-sucking enigma. Origins of the chupacabra legend. In cryptozoology, few creatures have captured the public imagination quite like the chupacabra. This elusive, blood-sucking beast first burst onto the scene in Puerto Rico in about the mid-1990s, when a series of bizarre livestock attacks left farmers and residents baffled and terrified. Eyewitnesses described a bipedal reptilian creature with spikes running down its back, a description that quickly spread throughout the Latin America and the southern United States, particularly New Mexico and Texas. What I find interesting about this, guys, is the chupacabra has evolved so much. I mean, you look at it now, and mostly what people are pretty much calling a chupacabra looks like a wild dog. But if you go back to the original report, which I find even more interesting, which was in Puerto Rico, like they said in the 1990s, they described it as bipedal reptilian creature with spikes running down its back. So it's almost like it got watered down as it made its appearance more into the United States. And unfortunately, I think that happens with a lot of our cryptids is they get changed from people that actually do not experience them, but they tell the stories as if they're truth. Again, that's why I think it's important for all investigators to be in the field and to do your research. I think that's very important because if not, we get it wrong, then hundreds, if not thousands, of people get it wrong based on the information shared. The name chupacabra itself is a testament to the creature's fearsome reputation. Translated from Spanish, it means goat sucker, a reference to the beast's alleged penchant for draining its victims of blood through small, precise wounds. This grisly monster, combined with the chupacabra's otherworldly appearances, had made it a staple in contemporary folklore, inspiring countless books, movies, and even television shows. Now, some sightings and encounters in New Mexico. In New Mexico, reports of the chupacabra attacks have been circulating for decades, with rural communities bearing the brunt of the creature's supposed predations. Ranchers and farmers have reported finding their livestock, particularly goats, sheep, and chickens, dead and drained of the blood, with no sign of the perpetrator. These incidents have fueled speculation that the chupacabra has made the land of enchantment its haunting ground, adapting to the state's rugged terrain and preying on the abundant wildlife. One of the most notable alleged chupacabra encounters in New Mexico occurred in 2000, when a rancher near the town of Cabala discovered a strange mummified corpse on his property. The carcass, which was hairless and had an elongated snout, was initially hailed as a chupacabra by local media and cryptozoology enthusiasts. However, subsequent DNA analysis revealed that the creature was actually a coyote suffering from severe mange, a skin condition that can cause animals to lose their fur and take on the gaunt, otherworldly appearance. Now, see, guys, what I'm noticing right here, and this is just me, and I don't know if you guys or maybe even not even think the same way I am, but we went from, the 1990s in Puerto Rico from a bipedal reptile looking creature to see we made our first mistake right here is they have now blamed a coyote for being the chupacabra, which doesn't look anything like what the 1990s would have done. And this is where a lot of misidentification can really hurt us in trying to discover or even try to figure out what kind of cryptid we're dealing with. This revelation points to the recurring theme in Chupacabra lore, the power of misidentification and the influence of preconceived notions on other perceptions of the unknown. Many alleged chupacabra sightings in New Mexico and elsewhere have been attributed to coyotes, dogs, or other canid afflicted with mange or other diseases. Their appearances distorted by illness and the observer's expectations. See, there's the problem. Despite the skepticism of mainstream scientists and the prevalence of explanations for alleged chupacabra attacks, the legend of this blood-sucking beast persists in New Mexico and beyond. For many, the chupacabra represents an enduring allure of the unknown, a reminder there are still mysteries waiting to be unraveled in remote corners of our world. Some researchers have even suggested that the chupacabra legend may have its roots in older folkloric traditions, such as medieval European tales of vampires and werewolves. Others point to the cultural and psychological factors that may contribute to the persistence of such beliefs, including the human fascination with the monstrous and the desire to find explanations for the inexplicable. Regardless of its origins or the validity of the existence, the chupacabra remains a potent symbol in New Mexico's cryptozoological heritage, a testament to the state's rich tapestry of folklore and enduring power of the imagination. As long as there are unexplained livestock deaths and eerie sightings in the desert night, the legend of the chupacabra will continue to haunt the land of enchantment, inviting us to question the boundaries of the possible, to keep an open mind about the mysteries that lurk beyond the veil of the ordinary. Another famous sighting here in New Mexico, and this one here, I will admit I'm not the best at saying her name, but La Llorona is one that is another very reported cryptid in the New Mexico area. Among the most enduring and chilling legends of New Mexico is that of the La Llorona, the weeping woman who haunts the state's rivers and streams, forever searching for her lost children. According to tradition, accounts, La Llorona was once a beautiful woman named Maria, who in a fit of rage and despair drowned her children in a river. Realizing the enormity of her crime, she then took her own life, condemning her spirit to wander the earth for eternity, weeping for her lost little ones. The Tela Maria is a classic example of a vanishing hitchhiker legend, a type of folklore that can be found in various forms around the world. In the New Mexican version, La Llorona is said to appear as a ghostly figure dressed in white, her face obscured by a veil or a shroud. She is often heard before she is seen, her mournful cries echoing through the night, sending chills down the spines of those who would encounter her. Now, there is several variations of La Llorona, and we'll look at one of them. Like many folkloric traditions, the legend of La Llorona has evolved from time, taking on different forms and meanings in different regions and cultures. In some versions of the story, it is portrayed as a vengeful spirit, luring unsuspected men to their doom with her ethereal beauty and haunting voice. In others, she is seen as a cautionary figure, a reminder of the consequences of neglecting one's family and succumbing to the temptations of the flesh. Despite these variations, the core elements of La Llorona legend remain consistent: a woman, a tragic loss, an eternal quest for redemption. These themes resonate deeply in the human experience, touching on universal fears and desires, explaining in part for the enduring tale. La Llorona has a place in New Mexico's supernatural folklore for sure. In New Mexico, the legend of her is more than just a ghost story. It is a culture touchstone, a part of the state's rich supernatural lore. For generations, parents have used the tale to warn their children about the dangers of wandering near the water at night, while storytellers have embellished and adapted the legend to suit their own purposes and audiences. There's the problem, guys, another problem. The figure of Maria has also become a popular subject for artists, writers, and musicians, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and song. From the haunting ballads of traditional New Mexico folk music to the contemporary retelling found in books and films, the Weeping Woman has captured the imagination of creatures and audiences alike, ensuring that their legend will ensure the generations to come. Now, the state police of New Mexico get numerous reports a year of her on the side of the road weeping by dozens of motorists, which gives it some validity, if you ask me. For many New Mexicans, La Llorona is more than just a ghost. She is a symbol of the state's complex history and cultural identity. Her tale, with its themes of love, loss, and redemption, reflects the struggles and triumphs of the people who have called the land home for centuries. From the indigenous peoples who first inhabited its valleys and the mesas, to the Spanish colonizers who brought their own legends and traditions to the region. Today, Maria or La Llorona is still spotted on the sides of the road doing what she loves to do, to try to get a ride with an unsuspected motorist. So, see a woman on the side of the road crying, you probably don't want to stop and pick her up. And we're going to look at our last thing that is reported here in New Mexico is the Thunderbird. The legend of the Thunderbird. It can be found, and it was had many numerous reports from Native American tribes, from the Pueblo people of New Mexico to the Lakota of the Great Plains. In these traditions, the Thunderbird is often depicted as a supernatural being, a guardian of the sky, and a messenger of the gods. Its beating wings are said to create the rolling thunder that heralds the coming of storms, while its piercing cry was believed to be the voice of the wind itself. Now, what they done is they tried to look into this, and they went out and they done some excavating. And what they found is, while the Thunderbird may seem like a creature of pure fantasy, there is evidence to suggest that giant raptor-like birds once soared over the prehistoric landscape of New Mexico. That's interesting. These were the Teratorns, a group of extinct avian species that lived during the during the time of 2.5, they believe, million years ago to 11,000 years ago. Fossil remains have been discovered throughout the American Southwest, including in New Mexico's own Donna Ana Mountains. These bones paint a picture of a truly awe-inspiring creature with a wingspan that could have reached 24 feet, and some species making them the largest known flying birds of all time. So, there you go. And then just a small one, guys, that I found on there that I wanted to throw in there is the Mogollon Monster. Mogollon Monster, I guess how you pronounce it. I know there's a guy I'm friends with on YouTube. His name is Moggs, and I wondered if that's where he gets his name from, the Mogollon Monster. I guess Mogollon or Mogollon. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Deep in the rugged wilderness of New Mexico's Mogollon Rim, a creature lurks in the shadows, its presence known only through the fleeting glimpses of the eerie cries at night. This is the Mogollon Monster, New Mexico's very own Bigfoot, a legendary beast said to roam the remote forests and canyons of the state's western reaches. There we go. Bigfoot's been in every state so far. Like its more infamous cousin, the Sasquatch of the Pacific Northwest, the Mogollon Monster is typically described as a large, hairy, bipedal humanoid standing upwards of about 7 feet with a wingspan, or her wingspan, I don't think that was supposed to be in there, it's weighing several hundred pounds. So there you go. You got every state so far shares a Bigfoot encounter, which to me is pretty awesome. So will every state continue to share Sasquatch? I'm not sure. Let me know what you think about New Mexico, guys. And thank you, New Mexico, for letting us stop by and take a look at some of your most known cryptids. Until next time, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner for sure. And we will see you on the next one. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys, and share us out. It helps a lot. Thank you, and be careful, and have a great day.